Hello again, it's Rob the Ignorant Entrepreneur, and I wanted to talk about Bill Hwang, who I've actually made a video about a while ago. Did pretty well, and basically just went to sympathize with the man who lost it all, but we come to find out that he was risking too much, and he was risking what wasn't his. And how did the homie make it all right? Through pushing Christianity on his employees. Disgraced hedge fund mogul Bill Hwang resorted to reckless and illegal trading that spurred billions of dollars in losses for big Wall Street banks, even as he invoked Christianity and urged employees to devote more time to their faith. An explosive lawsuit from an ex-employee exposed them. Yes, sir. That's when the $550 million suit accuses Hwang and top executives at Archegos Capital Management of running the now defunct hedge fund like a religious cult, demanding unswerving devotion to Hwang and pressuring them into participating in unusual and risky financial deals that turned sour. Look at this. This is a specific example. Hwang forced employees into putting a minimum of 25% of their annual bonuses into the plan, an investment vehicle that he folded into his own fund, according to the suit. This suit, which was filed by former Archegos managing director Brendan Sullivan in the U.S. Southern District of New York. Employees had to commit to the plan before they learned the size of their bonuses, the suit adds. On Wall Street, bonuses typically make up a majority of a banker's compensation. And according to Sullivan, the message was crystal clear. No contribution, no bonus. Sullivan alleges Hwang lost $50 million of his rightful compensation and a total of $500 million for other employees. And even as Archegos executives continue promising employees they'll pay out the so-called deferred compensation, no one has seen a dime and they haven't gotten severance either. The 93-page complaint paints Hwang as a narcissistic egomaniac who created a toxic culture that demanded unquestionable loyalty from employees and tolerated no dissent. Hwang's, and I quote, physical inability to share credit or fairly compensate his people led him to create the plan so he could award bonuses while not actually losing control, end quote. So essentially the investment plan was acting as an interest-free loan for him. Actually, even the name Archegos means one who leads the way. It's actually a moniker in the Greek New Testament for Jesus Christ. And just like that, Hwang viewed himself as divinely appointed to be in control and one of those who worked for him to be good followers. Now, of course, all of this is sounding foul. It's not looking good. And the man's already down. Remember, he's lost a lot of money. If you check out my earlier video, you can see just how much. I mean, he over-leveraged. He betted it all. And this suit is looking for money that maybe he has. I mean, maybe he's got it like that. He had to find some way to build it up, right? I mean, actually, if we look into his history, he was a former protege of famed investor Julian Robertson. He actually opened his family office in 2013 after dropping a hedge fund following an SEC insider trading probe in 2012, and within a few years built the modest operation to a multi-billion-dollar empire. So he knows what he's doing in terms of starting this thing up and getting the money in. But as it's looking like, he operated this as his own grandiose goal of becoming the richest person in the world. And I personally don't like when people push religion as a tool to get what they want. Too often in history, we've seen religion being used in selfish purposes, whether to justify war, slavery, mass murder, or pull a sleight of hand and misdirect. And Hwang was definitely using this as a tool for people to believe in their faiths, and through extension, him, so he could get away with it. As you can probably imagine, this probably goes deeper as far as hiring practices, hiring people of faith. The suit is also alleging that Hwang would hold mandatory annual weekend retreats where employees felt pressured into publicly expressing their gratitude for God, Hwang, and Archegos. When employees would question one of Hwang's investment decisions over email, Hwang responded by CCing the entire firm and disparaging the employee. Hwang relied on massive leverage and risky derivatives to take concentrated positions. When the massive bets he made on Viacom, CBS, and Discovery went south, he failed to meet margin calls and his brokers tried to liquidate their positions as collateral as quickly as possible, and that's what led to the demise. This led to this great fire sale through Credit Suisse and the Japanese bank Nomura and Goldman Sachs, all these places that he'd borrowed from. I talk about it in detail in my other video, but even though he started off really strong, it just goes to show, and you know, he lost it in a very quick time period. It just goes to show that for all the work you do in building up a portfolio, and I am even witness to this, It only really takes one bad decision to mess you up, especially the more riskier you go. Hey, sometimes it's not even a decision. It's just an unlucky trade. But you're going to feel it, especially if you've been building up for months or years and you find yourself in a heap of trouble in a couple days. Them the breaks, greed, all that. And of course, everything's all dandy when you're winning. Everything's cool when the money's coming in and you got it. That moment you lose, it'll just... so that's why I say I feel for the mental health, but he knew what he was doing. And it seems like to me, as I'm reading this story and sort of what led to his demise, he knew what he was doing was wrong. He did it anyway. And when you feel like you're on top of the world, you know what the market's going to do, and you're making right play after play. I'm sure he had a fantastic system. The market will humble us all. And it has. Look at the best investors, from Warren Buffett to your favorite stock trader on Twitter. It happens. This guy, Hwang, actually guaranteed employees only upside and promised if he lost any of the money, he would personally make it up to them. The employee suit came just days after Hwang's lawyers filed a motion to dismiss a fraud case brought against them by top Archegos executives by the Security and Exchange Commission, or SEC. The attorneys argued that Hwang merely bought concentrated positions and that such moves don't count as market manipulation. Hwang's lawyers also maintained his innocence after the fund's ex-financial chief, Patrick Halligan, was arrested in May by federal agents on criminal charges including securities fraud, wire fraud, and racketeering. Halligan's lawyer also maintained he was innocent. And how does this guy, I thought he lost it all, but Hwang was released on $100 million bail. This joker paid $5 million in cash and put up 2 properties. He also surrendered his wife's passport and told prosecutors he had lost his own, promising to stay in the tri-state area. Ooh. Yeah, I know what it's like to lose a lot in the stock market. That's why I want to have sympathy. But when you're taking other people's money, you better take that profit and find a way to only invest the profit. That was the lesson I learned. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Using Christianity in order to keep your employees to do what you want them to do, that's foul. That's foul. Even introducing religion into the workplace is a little bit of a violation, in my opinion. We want to keep religious freedom in this country, and we don't want to confuse our beliefs with other people's beliefs, right? Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been The Ignorant Entrepreneur. I'm out.